Hey everybody, Spartan here from SpartanTrading.com, and Happy New Year! 2021, I want to talk about growing this year, some strategies to put in place right out the gate, some processes in terms of reflection, some ideas that I think can help a lot of traders, especially the newer traders that have been, just starting last year, just coming on board as of late into the trading community. Now, a lot of these things I'm going to talk about, obviously for the professional traders, they're doing some form of this. These things are going to be very logical. They're going to make a lot of sense. But for the newer guys, sometimes you kind of miss, things that may seem obvious later down the road and go, obviously I should have been doing that. But, this can hopefully speed that process up. So 2021 growth, let's talk about a couple different concepts. Very, very basic stuff, but stuff that can make a huge impact and difference with your trading going forward. So without further ado, first couple things I want to talk about. So obviously, 2020 happened. It was a great trading year. We had a lot of volatility. We had a lot of range. If you were a day trader, it was a great type of market to trade for most of the year. Let's talk about what actually happened last year. Before you start trading this year, and maybe you did today, the first day of trading, which is fine. But before you kind of dive in and get very serious in regards to what you're doing, you should look back and reflect, if you haven't already, on what happened last year in regards to the trading environment you're trading. Reflect on, some of the biggest gains you had, biggest losses you had, what happened each month, why did it happen, what was your mentality at these points in time, your P&L overall, what did that look like per month? Was it, great one month, bad one month? Why did that occur? Did you meet your goals? Did you not meet your goals? We need to understand what actually happened. You need to acknowledge the past, acknowledge what basically is a tangible measurement of your performance, and then move to breaking down the actual metrics. So reflect first, record, and then reestablish. So record, like I said, break down the metrics. If you can record these things on Excel, the probability of success with a setup, how much maybe an issue cost you in dollar amount per the year, and how many times that issue occurred throughout the year, so you can figure out what your biggest issue is, so obviously challenge it head on this year. Figure out what those issues are. Figure out what they cost. Figure out, again, what the most successful trade type is. Figure out pretty much what worked and what did not work. You have to understand these things because you're going to have a way better chance of success going forward if you focus on what works and you obviously focus on eliminating what doesn't work. So, reestablish, last but not least, let's look at new goals for the year. Is there a new strategy you're going to be putting in place? Do you need new criteria? Is something that you were doing last year not working or not effective? And if it is, what does that new strategy need to look like? Now, this is the first step into getting into trading this year. I always do this every single year over the weekend. I did a big, reflection. I was going through all my, my journals, breaking down the metrics to see what the heck I was doing right and wrong, where I need to focus. I do this very frequently. But at the end of the year, I do a big, reflection and I do a big breakdown of the metrics and I look past, over the whole entire year. The nice thing is once you do this one time, you not only will have that document for the rest of your life, but you're going to be using that document throughout the year because you're going to be reminding yourself, oh, I don't want to get back to old bad habits. I want to, remind myself what these bad habits cost me and what I'm trying to do going forward. You have to constantly remind yourself, don't do these things. And, these are the goals. I need to stay focused on these goals. So reflect, record, reestablish. And next, as the year goes on, like I said, we want to be doing a form of this consistently and a lot more frequently. So we want to trade, track, and tweak. So as we, go through the year, you should have a plan to obviously, your trading plan, which is what's your plan to trade this year? What's your criteria look like? So you should have in there written down tangibly so you can see it. The current trade types that you like to take and the current trade types that work for you. Your overall strategy, you could be a short seller, a long buyer. You could be trading options. You could be doing a mixture of them both. Are you focused more on scalping? You focus more on swing trading, momentum trading intraday. I don't know what that looks like for you, but you have to kind of break it down. You have to understand what you're good at, what your focus is on, so that you have an overall big picture view of your strategy. Now, within that, you should also have a plan to grow. How do you expect to grow, or what are your goals this year? It's nice to say, okay, I want to make, $100,000 this year. Okay, what does that look like per week? What does that look like per day? What does that look like per month? is your account, is your account size going to be enough to meet those goals? Break it down on Excel. Actually quantify these things, because it's going to tell you very quickly, is this goal realistic or not? Next thing we want to do is track what you're actually doing. So as you're doing things each day, or even, if you're a less frequent trader, maybe once a week, you track everything that you're doing in either Excel, or you can use one of those online, there's so many different platforms that can, they can take all your trades from your broker and you can review them later. I always say that, I think it's way better to use a journal that you're actually typing things in each day or each time that you go to enter into your journal, because you're actually doing that reflection process. If you're just reviewing the trades after, it's not as effective. But whatever works for you. So track what you're doing, journal it, etc. If you can, record the metrics. Make them tangible metrics that you can put hopefully a dollar amount to or a probability of success to. And then the last thing is just tweak. Adjust or eliminate things that don't work. Again, we want this process to be ongoing. If you want to be more efficient, more effective, you have to look at what you're doing and adjust what you're doing as you're doing it. So adjust what you're doing, eliminate strategies, or create new strategies. Again, that's going to take a lot of tracking to figure out whether something's good or bad, but it always is a good idea to be trying to constantly evolve and improve your trading as you progress. So a couple different things that I wanted to go over today, guys, just real quick. As the new year's beginning, I think this is a good idea. If you haven't done it already, or some form of this, it's the beginning of the trading year. We still have a ton more trading days, 251 trading days left, I think. So, sit down, break this stuff down for yourself, and hopefully it can make a nice positive impact. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, you can go to SpartanTrading.com, give us a visit there. Otherwise, good luck everyone this year, and I'll talk to you guys shortly.